The next presentation will be a company presentation again from Voltera. Do we have... okay, here he is. I hope I pronounce your name correctly. His name is Jesus Zozaya, and he's going to talk about multi-layer printed battery for versatile integration in wearables, medical applications, smart packaging, smart sensors, and more. So the floor is yours.
Good morning. Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Good, I got a thumbs up over there. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up in a picture, that's great. 3 thumbs up, there you go. A couple of laughs. My name is Jesus Zozaya. I'm the CEO of a company called Voltera. We are a small company based in Canada, about 1 hour west of Toronto. And I'm here to talk about printed batteries. And I guess I need to do a bit of an asterisk there. This presentation is not really all about printed batteries. It's all about the multi-layer, so it's the caption there, multi-layer printing with Nova. 1 second, let me figure out how to go next. Oh, here we go. So about Voltera, we make dispensing equipment. Specifically, the type of equipment we do is direct write. So if you're not familiar with direct write, it's basically the process of taking a paste and pushing it through a very fine nozzle and getting very, very close to the surface and creating a pretty accurate pattern on that surface. So think of it as a fancy glue gun. Okay? Now our technology is kind of designed to work with screen printable materials. So these are all high viscosity pastes that are meant for screen printing, but we can run them through this process. Very different than your inkjet approach, where inkjet you're used to working with very low viscosity materials. In the picture here, we have our latest product, which is Nova. It's a big piece of equipment. Well, not that big, I guess, compared to the previous presentation, but we have it on the booth there if you want to check it out. And the whole idea is that you, as the designer, will choose your substrate, will choose your material, and then you load everything up into the machine, and the machine prints it out in basically a few minutes. So direct write is the technology, and typically we get 3 types of questions. First question is, what's the smallest line we can print? I see someone nodding over there because that's a very common question. Second question is, can you print on curved surfaces? And then the third question is, can you do multi-layer printing? I'll answer the first question because that's the easy question to answer. And the answer is that it depends, right? It depends on a number of things. But generally speaking, the smallest we can go right now is around 100 microns in terms of the width of a trace. And that is dependent on the nozzle diameter that we're using. That is dependent on the ink that we're using. That is dependent on the substrate, dependent on the print height. So rule of thumb, we normally print at around 60 to 80 microns tall. After curing, the ink will shrink to maybe 20 to 30 microns tall. And ultimately you end up with like excellent conductivity and an ink that's solderable as well. But yeah, roughly speaking, around 100 microns would be kind of at the limit there. The second question, can you print on curved surfaces? That is an entirely different presentation that maybe if you're going to TechBlick Boston, we can talk about that there. But today we're going to be talking about multi-layer printing. So we're going to be diving into that last question there. So, can it do multi-layer? So multi-layer, I guess if you're used to the traditional copper on FR4, is you print on one layer, you kind of flip the thing all over, you do the other side, right? And you kind of build your layers up and down. Well, with additive, you're kind of only building in one direction. You're always going up. So the question is, it's a very obvious question, is can you print, and then print on top, and then print on top, and print on top. This